Five Nights at Freddy's, a very known horror franchise, a series that began with a simple idea that has grown into 9 main games, 17 books, and a lot, and I mean a lot of merchandise. It is obvious that Fnaf is a ginormous game series, with one of the biggest communities ever. But the craziest thing to see is that this horror series has been around for 7 years now. But it's just crazy, to be honest. It just feels like yesterday when I saw for the first time the FNAF 1 trailer, and just thinking of it is already giving me nostalgia. But that's not what we are here to talk. We are here to talk about the reimagination and update version of FNAF 1 that is being developed by Phil Morg since last year. You see, the first FNAF game was made a long time ago, and let's just say that the game hasn't aged in the best way. Now, don't get me wrong, the first game is still good, but in my opinion, is not one of the best in the series. And this is one of the reasons that we are going to receive a reboot of the first game, this being entitled FNAF Plus. And the reason that I'm talking about this game is because some days ago, on 8th of August, the 7th anniversary of FNAF, a video was posted on the official FNAF Plus YouTube channel. The video is a standard FNAF VHS audio tape, like the ones made by Scrimpers McGrippins, Martin Walls, Bagington, etc. This tape shows some interesting stuff, like the environment and some of the new models, but as many of the FNAF VHS tapes, this one hides a lot under a spooky and scary surface. So, I'm here to show you everything that we, the community, have discovered so far in this video. So, without more further ado, let's start the video. Alright, the first thing I need to do is explain the video, but I would recommend you to watch it if you haven't already, because I want to justice of how good, scary, and unsettling this video is. I really recommend you seeing it, so if you want it, the link will be in the description. Now, with that out of the way, I can finally start explaining the events of the video. The video begins outside the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and we can see our protagonist looking around the restaurant, showing us how the place is. He then proceeds to the front door and notices that it's closed, but is determined to enter, so he finds a way to open the door, allowing him to enter the restaurant. He then proceeds to the dining hall and establishes a place where he presents his show, The Paranormal Investigators. And right out of the bat, we can notice that the protagonist is a kid, due to spelling errors and the childish drawings on the notebook. The evidence for this will be further solidified through the video. The kid then shows his objectives, this being verify if the robots move at night, take a closer look at Pirate's Cove, find out if the night guards are being used as bait, and look what's inside the strange big box. Then he shows his investigator gears. This includes a flashlight, his dad's camera, once again fortifying the fact that he's a kid, and his brand new ghost detector, a device that he seems to be very excited to use. After this, he proceeds to the show stage, where he takes a good look at the main animatronics, and he decides to get closer to Chica to use the ghost device. The device starts giving a static sound, and once it's near to Chica, it starts playing a music. Even after this event, the kid seems to ignore what just happened and proceeds to the Pirate's Cove. While he is going to meet Foxy, the entrance door of the pizzeria starts closing by themselves. Once on Pirate's Cove, the kid decides to open the curtains to see what's inside, but even with the flashlight he cannot see anything. So, he decides to use the ghost detector to be sure that nothing was there. The device starts playing static followed by music, just like with Chica. But strangely, he just ignores the music and keeps going. But he already messed up by having tampered with Pirate's Cove. As the kid is making his way to the security office, Foxy gets out of his lair and starts making his way to the office as well. The kid then gets to the office and starts looking around to see if he finds something. But after some time, he used the ghost detector once more. But this time, the device started acting strange, playing just static and flickering some lights. He starts to look around as the device gets more and more strange, until He looks at his left and sees Foxy lurking on the door. Normally, the kid starts running, but unfortunately, the exit is blocked, so he decides to hide in the parts and service room, one of his biggest mistakes. Now he's trapped in a small room with no way out. Seeing this, he decides to look if he can find any way to hide. He moves closer to a Freddy suit, just for its head to fall, making the device start playing music. He looks around the room and notices all the robot heads are turned to him. But before he could do anything, he sees Foxy right outside the door. The kid proceeds to try blocking the door while Foxy is trying to get in. But not long after, Foxy kicks the door, putting the kid on the ground. As he looks at the door, a strange figure appears, and suddenly the recording ends. The kid is now most probably dead, another victim of these animatronics. And this is everything that happened in the video. But as I said before, a lot of secrets are hidden in every corner. So now that we have the knowledge of what happened in this tape, we can finally start analyzing this video's dark secrets. I will be talking of these secrets in order that they appear. So let's start with the secret YouTube link. Scattered across the video, some strange digits can be found. At first, they didn't seem to be important, but then the community saw what they were. The last digits show us exactly for what these pieces are used. Near the end of the video, we see these 3 digits, equal, V, exclamation point. And if you don't know, these 3 digits are the beginning of a YouTube link. And by putting 2 and 2 together, we can assume that the digits hidden through the video form a full link to a secret video. But there wasn't a problem. That being the fact that we didn't have enough digits to a full link. We still needed more 6 pieces of this puzzle. But just a time later, people noticed that the last 6 digits were hidden on the other videos from the channel. And just after tampering a little with the order of the digits, we get the following link. This leads to a secret video. The video itself is just a normal Fnaf new paper, with some changes of course. The paper doesn't show much new, but it's always cool to have a new look at this cool stuff. But this isn't the only secret in this hidden video. If you head in the description, we can find what seems to be an entry from another newspaper. This one reads the following. Local pizzeria at the center of controversy, yet again. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is back in the public sight this year, but not for the reason they had hoped. The small business was dragged into a torrent of anger and suspicions due to alleged ties to the disappearance of a local high school student on October 9. The young teen, known to friends as a hobbyist filmmaker and described by some as a quiet but well-managed soul, was reported missing this morning after leaving home to meet up with someone for a new project that, according to family, involved the restaurant's famous string of accidents and general dark reputation. When pressed for comment, an internet establishment stated, "We really had nothing to do with it. Our surveillance cameras showed no one entering or leaving the restaurant during that night." An answer that did nothing but grow more suspicious, as access to the aforementioned footage was immediately denied to the public. Town residents were further outraged the following week, as they found multiple job flyers for the restaurant being left at their doorsteps. This short text confirms what I've stated before, like the fact that the protagonist of this video is a kid, and that is most probably dead. This video also shows us that the cameras didn't record anyone inside the restaurant that night. This leaves the question, was the animatronics the ones messing with the recordings, or was someone inside of Fazbear's Entertainment? Well, for now, anything is clear, and we can only speculate. From 1 minute and 58 to 2 minutes and 8 in the video, you may have noticed some strange static appear on screen. At first, this doesn't seem like anything, but after taking a closer look, we can see that this static is different and shows what appears to be words. So, if we grab every static line and put it together, we get the following. This shows us a letter from Fazbear's Entertainment. This letter may be difficult to read, but here's what I could understand. Dear employee name, a handyman has been called in to work on repairs for the surveillance cameras that was damaged last night. Our intern has also already ensured the appropriate replacement of sensitive material related to your mistake. A clean video feed archive of Cam 1B, the dining hall, will be used as a substitute for the missing portion of footage left on tape. We would like to remind you that, as current night watchman of the restaurant, you are required to notify us of any documented irregularities during your shift and provide us with the name and timestamp of the footage for prompt review. Keep in mind that although Fazbear Entertainment values the safety and comfort of our staff, we also value our company properties just as much. Please make sure to take the necessary steps to prevent accidents like this from repeating in the future. The cost of repair and maintenance from Camp 1B will be deducted from your next paycheck. Thank you. Management. As we could see, this letter was directed to a night guard, and it seems that he somehow has damaged the security camera from dining hall. But we can say that with 100% sure that he wasn't the one that broke the camera, and proof for that is found in the video Fnaf +1 connection error. The video might be considerably old, but it shows the exact events that were stated on the letter. In the video it's shown Bonnie getting close to the camera and then breaking it, proving that he was the one responsible for this. And the question that stays is, will the Cam 1B work in-game, or will it be broken like stated in the letter? Well, once again, just time will tell. Now, I think that everyone that watched the video saw the scene where a strange audio is playing in the background while we see a camera recording of the stage. It's easy enough to understand that the audio was tampered with, and this franchise is not stranger to this type of thing. So, if we slow the speed and reverse it, we get a message. Now, the fact that this is an altered message means that there might be multiple interpretations for what is said. But here is what I think is the best fitting one, in my opinion.
Management. Thank you. Make sure you get in contact with our intern to resolve them. Lastly, if there's any questions or issues regarding this notice, as we cannot afford to decommission any more characters at this current time, it's in the best interest of everyone working at this establishment to follow these guidelines. Don't attempt to clean or inspect any unusual material left uncast. Don't touch, move, push, pull, manipulate, or tamper with cast in any way. Don't allow any foreign bright light near cast. Don't make any sudden movement while in view of cast. Don't stand on elevated platforms used by cast. Don't make direct eye contact with cast. Don't stand in front of, or directly behind cast. As for your own safety, always keep in mind the following guidelines regarding staff interactions with the animatronic cast. Please limit any and all interactions between patrons and the main cast to only reliable and well-tested performance routines. All scheduled character shows and events are to be put on hold indefinitely, due to the events that have transpired this evening. Notice to staff.
It seems that this conversation is taking place between the buyer of the animatronics and the seller of them. It looks like, as we could hear, that the characters have a lot of issues and that they are very sensitive to a lot of things, as stated in the guidelines. Well, as we don't know what the real version of the audio is, I won't be able to talk much about it, but we have enough to start piecing what's happening. Not many people are talking about this secret, but I will show it anyway. In the video, around 5 minutes and 45 seconds, a scene showing the doors of the pizzeria closing appear. At first, nothing is wrong, but some people notice some text appearing on screen. At first, it's just a bunch of random words that doesn't make any sense, but as is normal in this game series, people fast found that if all text lines are put together, we get this. At first the text doesn't say anything, but if we flip it, it reads out Mask of the Red Death, a poem by Edgar Allan Poe. about the prince avoiding a dangerous plague by hiding in his abbey. As many notice, this poem resembles a strong connection to William Afton, the main antagonist of the franchise. As said, the poem talks about the prince, this being William Afton, the dangerous plague that can be the spirits of his victims, and his abbey is a reference to the springlock suit where he was trapped for eternity, known as Springtrap. This might be a cool nod to William Afton, but this is not the only secret in this segment. Some say that if pixelated the image, we can see what seems to be a strange thing inside the box, and some say that this is a nod to the puppet, as we know that he will be in this game. Aside from this, there is anything to talk more about this image. This last secret can be found in the scene of the video where we can see Foxy in the hallway. Many have noticed a bunch of reverse text appear on screen in Foxy's section. This text needs to be flipped, and by doing that, we get a conversation that, once again, can be interpreted in various ways. But here's my take on it.
Don't worry, I'm from here. You won't get in any trouble.
The party is over. Mom is going home.
Do you really want to go home?
I don't. But what about you?
I used to, but not anymore.
Wow, you stay over all time?
I do.
We can play games together, like hide and seek.
That sounds fun. Do you know when she will take you back here again?
I don't know. I need to find her.
But don't you want to watch them sing one more time?
But they aren't moving.
Not right now. They will move later.
I wanna see that.
Sometimes I wake up during the night and watch them run around.
That sounds fun.
It is fun, but I need your help for this.
What should I do?
Follow me.
It is clear to many Fnaf fans that this is a conversation between William Afton and a child. And as you heard, it looks like William succeeded in luring the kid to stay in the pizzeria after night. And as is normal, in this franchise, the kid is eventually killed and stuffed on the animatronic suit, having to haunt him forever. These might be all the secrets found in the video, but there's still some Easter eggs that I want to show, so let's go right into it. During the video we can spot some drawings on the walls. Some of them are referencing some of the stories of the books of Fazbear's Fright. Like here, we can see a dog animatronic, this being a nod to the dog animatronic in the story Fetch, a ball pit referencing the story Into the Pit, a tiny Freddy in a tall stage, this is from the story Lonely Freddy, and a strange green rabbit with human teeth resembling the plush drop chaser from the story Out of Stock. A very cool Easter egg indeed. This next Easter egg can be found in Chica's new model. If we take a closer look at Chica's eye socket, you can see that one of her eyes is different, and that strange eye seems to have been taken straight from her cupcake, as you can see on screen. This just goes to show the little attention to detail from the creator, and maybe this might be related to some game mechanics, who knows. And lastly, in this part where the kid gets inside of the parts and service room, you can see a cool detail of the original Five Nights at Freddy's. When the Freddy head falls, we can see what seems human eyes in his eye sockets. This most probably is the body of the last night guard, and we can say this because in the original Five Nights at Freddy's, when the player dies, we get the game over screen with the same Freddy suit with the eyes of the night guard coming out. A cool Easter egg, indeed. Well, that's it for the video. You guys are probably seeing this video sometime after 8th of August. Well, this happened because I took a long time to make the script, record my audio, and edit the video. But I hope you like it and is still considered a FNAF anniversary video. I think that almost everyone in the community is super excited to this game, and this trailer just put the hype on top. And you can bet that I will play it in the channel once it launches. Now we just hope that it comes as soon as possible. But until then, I hope you liked the video and I see you next time. Goodbye.